Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today we are going to study chapter number 3, data handling from class 7 maths. Okay, now you are familiar with the data. That means you have seen several kinds of data. Now sources are different. You can see these data into newspaper. That means you can collect those data from the newspaper, or second source is magazine, then next source is television or any other sources like radio or any other sources. Through these sources you can get different sort of data or different kinds of data in our day-to-day life. You also know that all data give us some sort of information, important information. For example, we can take temperatures of different places. So what it indicates, different places are there and we are taking the note down. That means we are noting the temperatures of different places, like you can say that different district or any other places. Second one is, you can take example of cricket. That means point table of IPL. What is the information here? It gives the information of team standings. And the next last example is number of students present in the class, etc. So there are too many examples are there. So what it indicates, that number of students present in the class, you can either collect weekly presentee or daily presentee, class wise presentee. So there are many data are there. So, or you can also say that monthly presentee, like this. Okay, now the important thing in the data is collecting the data. That means you should collect the data. Without collecting data it is not possible to know those information. So before collecting the data we need to know what we would use it for. That means what is the use of that data, it is very important. We cannot collect this data unnecessarily. There should be some uses of the data. Like you can take example, performance of India in cricket. That means we have to collect which information? The performance of Indian team in the cricket. Any series you can take. So here point table of IPL is very different. It is not Indian team. So you have to collect the proper data. That means proper data is very important while collecting that data. So remember, here we have to collect the data regarding India. Next example, you can take performance of your class in English, sorry, in mathematics. So here you have to consider marks of mathematics only, not the other subjects. So you cannot take the marks of English or history or civics like this. So what is necessary here? Mathematics. So marks of maths is very important here in this process. Okay. Now after collecting the data, we have to organize that data. That means second important step is organization of data. Organization means to arrange. Simple word we can use it, arrange. That means arrange properly. When we collect the data, we have to record. You can record it anyway. That means you can record it on notebook or on PC. There are many ways. And after that you have to organize that. Organize means you have to rearrange this data. Now we can take one simple example. Again we are going to take marks obtained in the maths test. Here the marks of 5 students are given. That means 5 students are there. First student have 15 marks, second have 5, third have 20 marks, fourth have 11, and fifth having 19 marks. Okay, so these are the marks obtained by the different students. Here number of students are 5. Suppose 5 students are in the class, and these are the marks obtained by those students in the mathematics test. Okay, so this is one sort of data. We have collected this data. Now we are not getting the exact information, only marks are given. We cannot say that which marks are obtained by which student. That means it is not associated properly or it is not organized properly. So that's why we have to organize it. Now how we are going to organize it? In table. Okay, so here we are going to arrange that in a table. So there are many possibilities. You can arrange it roll number wise. You can see the first column, roll numbers are given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how we have arranged the marks? According to roll number wise. Or you can also consider name of the student. So name of the students, are given: Ajay, Ashish, Dipti, Shreya, Tushar. So this is the second way you can arrange the marks. That means according to name of the students. And here in the third column you have arranged the marks obtained, or you have wrote the marks obtained. Again, marks obtained can be written in various ways, either ascending order or descending order. So whole this arrangement is referred as tabular form. That means in which form we have collected this data? In tabular form. After collecting the data, we have arranged this data in the form of table, so that's why it is referred as a tabular form. So remember, this collected data is arranged. That means we have organized this data properly in the table form. Such a form of data is known as tabular form. So you should know the tabular form. It is very important in the data handling. That means after collecting the data, we have to organize this data in the tabular form. Next one is representative value. That means how we are going to represent these value. Represent means to indicate. That means these value indicate, or these values gives the information about the data collected, or about the data which we have organized in the tabular form. Okay. Now you are familiar with the word average value. You have listened this word in the previous standard, or in lower classes you have, or in day-to-day life you have listened the word average value. What we can say about the average value? Now average value is nothing but it is the number that represent or shows the central tendency or central value of a group of observations or data. Whatever be the group of observation is given, among this group of observation the average value gives the central value. Now the first representative value is arithmetic mean. That means there are different values we can use. We are going to consider different values, but the first and most common representative value of a group of data is referred as arithmetic mean, or you can refer it as a simply mean. That means you can also use the single word mean. Just remember the student, just remember these arithmetic mean is nothing but it is the average value. That means average value is also referred as arithmetic mean. Now how we are going to define it? Simple definition is there: mean is equals to sum of all the observation. That means you have to just add and divided by number of observation. What we have to do? We have to take addition and we have to divide it by number of observations. Now let us explain, let us see it by the example. Marks obtained in the mathematics test. Same example we are going to consider. 5 students are there. Their marks are given 15, 5, 20, 11 and 19. Okay. So these are the marks obtained by the 5 students. Now we have to calculate the mean. So we have to use the general formula. What is the general formula? Sum of all observations divided by number of observations. Now we have to modify it according to data given. So what is the data given? Marks obtained. So we have replaced the all observations by marks obtained. Okay, here sum of marks obtained divided by number of students. So the number of observations are replaced by which word? Number of students, because marks obtained by the students only. So that's why we have used the number of students. So how many number of students are there? 5. You can count it: 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So what is the next step now? We have to just put the values: 15 plus 5 plus 20 plus 11 plus 19 divided by 5, because number of students are 5. You can count it easily. Number of students are 5. Now you can add these values. 15 plus 5 is 20, 20 plus 20 is 40, 40 plus 11 is 51, and 51 plus 19 is equals to 70. So what we get? 17 divided by 5, and after performing the division we can get the final answer, which is 14. So here 14 is mean value. So what is the 14? It is the mean value of the given data. So thus we can say that average marks obtained by class in the mathematics test is 14. So here in this way we can calculate the arithmetic mean, average value, or mean value. You can indicate any word. Okay. Now second important value, representative value, is range of data, which is also very important while collecting the data or organizing the data. Now how we are going to define this range of data? The difference between, what we have to take, the difference between highest value and the lowest value from the given data is called the range of the given data. So two values are very important from the given data. Two values are very important and we have to take difference. Which two values? Highest value and lowest value, or you can say highest observation minus lowest observation. So how we are going to find the range? So this can be found by subtracting the lowest observation from the highest observation. That is, range is equals to highest observation minus lowest observation. So remember this formula, range is equals to highest observation minus lowest observation. That means you have to take only difference. Again we will discuss it by one example. Okay, simple example. Again we are going to take the ages in years of 10 teachers of a school. One school is there, random school we can take, and 10 random teachers are taken and we have to list their ages. So what are the ages? 32. First teacher having the age 32, then second having 41, then 28, 54, 35, 26, 23, 33, 38 and 40. So these are the ages of 10 teachers which are present in the school. Okay. Now how to solve this? We have to consider the solution. Okay. Now while solving we have to follow some steps. Okay. So what is the step 1 now? Arranging the ages in ascending order. How we are going to arrange it in ascending order? That means lowest value should be first and highest value should be last. That means we have to start with lowest value. So for that purpose, observe all the observations given. Which is the lowest value here? 23. We can see it. 23 is the lowest value. So from which value we have to start? 23. And what is the highest value? 54. So from where we have to end? 54. So what is the ascending order now? 23, 26, after that 28, after that 32, after that 33, 35, 38, 40, 41 and last is 54. So it is referred as ascending order. So this is the first step. Now we are going to second step. What you have to observe now? You have to note down the age of oldest teacher. That means it is referred as highest value or highest observation. So what is the oldest teacher, age of oldest teacher? Which is 54. Oldest or highest means last value after arranging in the ascending order, which is 54 years. So this is the second step. Then step third is age of the youngest or lowest value, youngest teacher. So what is the age of youngest teacher here? Youngest means or lowest means starting value. What is the starting value in ascending order? 23 years. Now we can take the formula, general formula. Here we have to calculate range of the ages of the teachers, which is equals to highest observation minus lowest observation. So just put down the value from step 2 and step 3. What is highest observation? 54 years. And what is the lowest observation or youngest teacher? 23 years. So just subtract it, 54 minus 23 years. So what is the subtraction? 4 minus 3, 1. 5 minus 2, 3. So what is the difference? 31 years. So what is this 31 now? You can refer it as a range. Okay. So this is the process to calculate the range. Okay. So next values we are going to discuss in the next video. So thanks for the watching the video. Please like, subscribe and share our channel and press the bell icon to get updates in the future. I hope you will understand these two representative value. Remaining we are going to see in the next lecture. Thanks for watching the video.